Indeed, here are some of the pictures that you sent in to us on our eyewitness portal. Let's wait a second. Now, this first one shows the picture of an accident scene which occurred at Lekki Phase 1 in Lagos State. Our eyewitness reporter says the brakes of one of the cars failed. The next one is from the FCT in Abuja, which shows a refuse dump site at the main entrance of Gwakwalada Central Market. Our eyewitness reporter is concerned about the health implications of this to the area. And now this one is also of a refuse dump located at Eyimba bus stop opposite Arera International Market, Abia State. According to our eyewitness reporter, the refuse has almost covered one lane of the road. He's drawing the attention of the relevant authorities to do something about it. Thanks a lot for reporting the situations around you, and do continue to take advantage of the eyewitness platform. Let's move on. And days after losing out to the APC in the presidential and National Assembly elections, the PDP in Delta State has hit the ground running ahead of the governorship polls. Although it secured a mass victory in the presidential and National Assembly elections, the Delta State PDP chapter is leaving nothing to chance. The PDP governorship candidate in the state, Ifeanyi Okowa, says that the party is strategizing to win the governorship elections.
Really very strong in Delta State. It proved itself on Saturday because we won the 3 senatorial districts and the 9 House of Rep candidates of the PDP were successful at the election. So it shows our strength, and no matter what has happened nationally, we're strong. You can see the mood of the people. They are stirred up and they are moving out there to campaign at the elections. We must thank Mr. President for providing Dr. Dula Ebele-Jonathan for providing a level playing ground nationally. We must thank him for being a Democrat. We must thank him for the statesmanship that he did show by congratulating General Buhari. I think he's shown that he loves Nigeria. As he has always spoken, he loves Nigeria much better than any other person. And we are very proud of him as our president. We are very proud of him as a son of the South-South.
Now, while the PDP in Delta State consolidates and relishes the massive win it recorded in the state, the Delta State chapter of the Accord Party has vowed to contest the result of the Delta North senatorial election. The Accord Party is alleging that the PDP stole its victory at the polls by manipulating the results. The chairman of the Accord Party in the state, David Ashikode, says that they have proof that the election results in Delta North were manipulated in favor of the PDP to rig out their party's candidate, Chief Victor Oche, whom the Accord Party says was coasting to victory. According to the result announced by the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mr. Oche came second behind the PDP's candidate, Pt.2. Mr. Ashikode says, quote, "Due democratic process was not followed. There were so many anomalies that were anti-democratic." Now the Accord Party adds it's thinking of contesting the result. And the President-elect, General Muhammadu Buhari, has continued to receive more congratulatory messages. This time it's coming from the Commonwealth Secretary-General, Mr. Kamala Sharma. Mr. Sharma noted that history has been made with General Buhari becoming the first opposition leader to be elected through the ballot box. He, however, commends the statesmanship and democratic spirit of President Goodluck Jonathan. He acknowledges the role Nigeria has played in the election process. In his words, "The people of Nigeria have demonstrated their deep commitment to democracy by exercising their right recognized in the Commonwealth Charter to participate in democratic processes, in particular through free and fair elections, in shaping the society in which we live. It was particularly heartening to see the active participation of young people in this electoral process." End of quote. Mr. Sharma says the Commonwealth remains ready to support Nigerians in the post-election phase. And the former president of the Nigeria Bar Association, Mr. Olisa Agbakoba, believes that President Goodluck Jonathan should be commended for the peaceful conduct of the election. Speaking to the press in Lagos, Mr. Agbakoba also commended the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Atahiru Jega, for his patience, even in the face of outright provocation.
Hero number one is a man that I watched on channels, and I saw that he was tremendously relieved. That is President Jonathan. He did not make the mistake IBB made. What are you doing after 9 years? So I have a feeling Jonathan asked himself the question. I have been in serious government office since 1999. I've given it my best shot. It was a close race, but I lost. Rather than wait for my supporters like Elder Urubebe to mess me, I'm out of the game. And that is why, for me, he is the #1 hero. So we'll give Jonathan the credit for being cool, calm, and accepting defeat. The coolness, the calmness, the serenity with which he did it resulted in the possibility of the elections being concluded peacefully and accepted by everybody. Even Jonathan accepted it before it was over.
And the national leadership of the People's Democratic Party has congratulated President-elect General Muhammadu Buhari on his victory. The PDP national chairman, Adamu Muazu, says that if the outcome of the election, which its candidate, President Goodluck Jonathan, lost, was the wish of the people, it would respect it. Mr. Muazu, however, says that the party noticed some irregularities in the conduct of the election and the party's complaints will be channeled through the appropriate quarters. Now, the presidential elections may have come and gone, but Nigerians continue to speak about what they consider the most pressing item on their wish list. Some of them who spoke to Channels Television narrowed their expectations down to good education, steady power supply, and effective security. And our big story tonight, our correspondent Olu Phillips evaluates the people's desires.
Nigeria's 2015 presidential election has been branded all sorts of nomenclature, however positive. Being the world's most populous black nation, the event of March 28, 2015 has been tagged Africa's biggest elections.
718.
And this is for a number of factors and components, starting from the build-up, the electoral process, the instruments, and of course the voters who shunned apathy for a mass mobilization.
It is for the President, the Senate, and the House of Reps.
78, 79, 80.
Muhammadu Buhari of APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law and scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected.
That has yielded a new president-elect has emerged, riding on the wings of millions of votes, laced with hopes, aspirations, and movement for a renaissance. Talking about the price paid, it didn't matter to the electorate if they had to wait for officials to arrive, the administrative inefficiencies of the card reader, weather conditions. No, all eyes were on the ball. 473,796 votes were set to be cast in Yobe State, for instance. 446,265 of those votes went to the president-elect. So, what motivated these folks? What exactly are they expecting from the president-elect?
We believe that we have a good president that first we know is the first person that he have mind and vision to bring change for corruption first for any place, because corruption is there as a general for Nigeria, as the way that people they are saying it's a cancer as a Nigerian citizen. So we are praying for coming him into government. By God's grace he will come, he will bring change as a Nigerian citizen for that.
Granted that just yesterday the naira gained to the dollar by 7%, stock index went up by 8.33%, the highest and biggest jump in post-independent Nigeria, but that's like talking over the heads of these average people on the streets. So what are the expectations? How about these folks in Nigeria's north central and northwest region?
Our children are suffering. There are people graduated from schools, they don't have job. So with the power of God and with the prayers, we have the belief that with the way everybody turn out to vote him in, to elect him, I believe God will touch his mind.
There isn't for job creation, adequate job creation, and then apart from that, there is need to reduce the rate of poverty and hunger.
The light situation, we know we've had major issues with light. I hope there's so much change they claim it's going to come to place now.
From Southeast comes this burden.
I'm more interested in curbing corruption. You know, the corruption has been at all-time high in the country, and everyone now feels the pain of a corrupt system.
Down south, same requests seem to resonate.
Electricity supply, food, job security, and security as a whole should be some of the plans the new government should put in place.
General Buhari in all of his campaign harped mainly on two things: fighting security and fighting corruption. There's been a 6-week showdown by the Nigerian military in the northeast. Will that be sustained? It's all short list of requests, much more than can be accommodated in this report. A culture of 100 days in office is also getting popular. Surely, many will keep faith, watch the space, and evaluate performance. How these burdens will be carried will perhaps top the general's to-do lists. May Nigeria continue to win? For the big story, Olu Phillips, Channels Television News.
When the news at 10 returns, River State government lifts dusk to dawn curfew imposed in the aftermath of the presidential elections. Do join us again.